So I just got tested for the COVID-19 virus. Evidently, this is something that all of the teachers and apparently even students are required to do before they are allowed to go back to school. So as you can see here, for some reason, they decided to have it in this remote location, I guess for maximum safety. And after checking in behind the bush over there around the corner, first we go to the one station where they swab your throat, and then we go over there to that station over there behind that gentleman, and they take your blood. Hey everyone, I'm here in the park, Nantong Park, near my home. It's been some fabulous weather the last few days, so I'm out here enjoying it. I'm practicing my sketching. I will be going back to work soon, as you all saw. I had to get tested for COVID-19 in order to be cleared to go back to work. Myself and some other teachers were there, so Chinese teachers, foreign teachers, students as well. Local students and foreign students also are being asked to get tested before they're allowed to go back, so nobody's taking any chances. Every day things are a little bit better. Yesterday I went to the gym, and for the first time since it reopened, I was not required to have my temperature taken before going in. I could just walk in as usual. Same with restaurants, cafes. You walk in and there's nobody there to look for your green code or take your temperature or anything. So life is getting much better. If you're a foreigner, however, some new difficulties seem to be presenting themselves. Because the last several weeks, the only new cases of the virus in the country practically have been imported, there is tremendous fear of a second wave. A lot of people are very worried the virus is going to come back and it's going to start another epidemic just as the last one has gotten under control, and nobody wants to go through what we all just went through. So the response by a lot of people has been to ostracize and discriminate against foreigners. Some cities are worse than others. In Wenzhou, I've been hearing of cities where foreign people are having trouble even seeing the doctor because it's not clear, if it's even allowed, apparently. There's also been stories about Pan-African expatriates, especially, being mistreated. I heard a story that a bunch of Africans are living on the streets in some cities now because they were evicted from their apartments and no hotels will take them in, and they can't get a flight back to their home country. So they're in quite a mess. Here in my city, social groups, social networking groups for foreigners have become inundated with stories of being turned away from bars and restaurants, being told, sorry, we can't have foreigners right now. And, they never come right out and say, we don't want foreigners here. They will say things like, oh, the police told us we can't have foreigners, or, oh, it's some official policy now. But that's kind of hard to swallow, when you go to a bar just down a different bar or restaurant just down the street and you can go in no problem. So some businesses are taking some extreme measures. I've seen videos circulating where foreigners are complaining that McDonald's, of all things, is not allowing them to be seated in any of the restaurants in China. And it seems like there's some truth to this because from what I read, McDonald's actually issued a formal apology for this behavior and is going to try to prevent it from happening in the future. So it is happening. Foreigners are looked at with quite a bit of fear and anxiety because, we are perceived as potential carriers of the virus now. And even there has been some, I don't want to say retaliation, but perhaps some anti-foreigner sentiment being promoted on the internet as well. For instance, one story went viral of a foreigner biting a nurse like he was supposed to be taken to the hospital. I'm not clear on the details, but he was in the hospital. I don't know if he tested positive or not, but regardless, he apparently bit the nurse and ran off. So yeah, that kind of went all over the place. And, I've even seen videos like this one.
You have the virus.
给口罩都不戴，
给口罩都不戴，
他打完就把我手机都给扔了。
把手机给摔了。
随后，老外的中国妻子捂得严严实实的赶来了。
遵守不戴口罩，遵守不戴口罩，给他口罩都不戴，还把保安手机扔了。
之前拒绝出示出入证的老外从地上起来后，得意洋洋地掏出证，哼着歌，拿到每个人面前晃了一圈。老外戴上口罩冲到楼下，与另外一名戴着口罩的老外说了几句话之后，又折返回小区门口，对着他的中国妻子破口大骂。最后警车来了。抖音。
So as you can see, if one foreigner misbehaves, everyone pays attention if they're unwilling to comply with the rules. And, it's sort of been unfairly exaggerated probably. When I went to get tested this morning, somebody came up to me and said in English, if you're going to come into the premises and get tested, you have to wear a mask. And he said rather emphatically, please try to understand, like he was concerned I might throw a fit or something, which of course I didn't. But I think that's pretty normal, when people are feeling scared or nervous or feeling any kind of animosity towards a particular group of people, they will take any opportunity to say, see, I told you so. And that seems to be the case here. For my part, I'm trying not to get poisoned, I guess, no pun intended, by the negativity and, bitterness that is sort of festering online within these expatriate communities. Some people are making comments like, why are you scared of me? Like, why are you scared of the foreigner? This virus started in your country and things. Or, this is just Chinese people. Chinese people have always been racist or whatever. And I'm just trying not to let that affect me. Because honestly, I have yet to experience, blatant, mistreatment because of the fact that I'm a foreigner. I mean, I have had a couple of experiences. Like, I was at the gym the other day and some guy walked up to me and started trying to talk to me in Chinese, and I honestly didn't know what he was saying, but he was doing things like putting his hand on his mouth, and my personal trainer came up and talked to him, and they both walked away. But then later my trainer came back and he used a translator to tell me that that guy was concerned about me because I was a foreigner walking around without a mask on. But he, my trainer, explained to him that I've been back in China for months now, so I've had no exposure to the any outside country's environment. And there was another time I was at a shop getting a foot massage, and I mean, I can't say for sure, but it seemed to me like some other customers were like considering coming in, or maybe they just noticed me there or something. But it seems like in the shop some other people were worried about my being there, but I wasn't kicked out or anything. The staff at the spa, they just indicated that they wanted me to put a mask on, so I did. And then I've even gone back to the same shop a couple times and have had no issues. So I mean, if anything, it's been other Chinese have expressed anxiety about my presence here. But if it's happened in a place of business, the staff and the workers there have, if anything, they've stood up for me. They've defended me. So I'm really not too worried. I explained to my landlord that I won't be able to pay my rent on time this month because I'm not going to be getting a salary. And he said, no problem, next month is fine. So I think maybe it helps that, I've been living in this city for over a year now, and people here, they know me. They know me pretty well. I'm a familiar face at some places, like the Starbucks near my house, for example. So, yeah, I mean, I think people know me. They recognize me, and they know, like, I'm the same person I was before this epidemic started. And if nothing else, they've been able to see that I've been here for a while now, so there's nothing to be concerned about. So there's that. And I mean, to top it off, I guess there's a rumor swirling that the Education Bureau is even considering prohibiting foreign teachers from working in training centers for a time. Maybe not, why they would prohibit them from training centers and not public schools, I don't know. But I mean, I'm working in a public school, and I mean, I got my test done. So it seems like my foreignness is not going to be a barrier to me going back to work, but we'll see about other teachers in training schools and stuff. But I am looking forward to going back to work. Next week I'll be teaching grades 4 and 5, so that's going to be quite exciting, and I'll definitely share that moment with you guys. So stay strong, stay safe. I know it's tough right now for many of you out there, but it will get better, and next thing you know, you'll be hanging in the park like I am now, and life will return to normal again. This too shall pass. So see you guys next time.